Welcome to Ghostman Ghost Talk. Today is our 6th episode online and coming to you live. So one of the things that I usually have forgot to do is out of this 6th episode that have already passed is that I didn't mention or I didn't even introduce myself. So most of the time, a lot of you that knows me, you know me because I don't have to do any sort of introduction. Then some other people will scroll through the screen, or because of your share, they will look at this live and they say, Li Gao Mao Lei hai bin ko lai ga? He's talking about ghosts every night. Okay, so welcome to Ghostman Ghost Talk. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ham Guan Kai. I'm a Taoist cultivator practitioner for the past more than 15 years. My full-time job is a Feng Shui master. My full-time job is not a Taoist master. My voluntary work has to do with Taoism and also Vajrayana. I've also been cultivating Vajrayana. And for the best part or the most opportunity for me in all of this is that throughout my years in cultivating Taoism and also Vajrayana, I got to know groups of friends whom their full-time job is actually shamans. So shamans means that they are either from the Thai tradition, either they are from the Malay tradition, or even they are from the Western tradition. So I got to know a lot of these friends. So I always joke with my wife is that I don't know a lot of those VIP, Dato and all that. I don't know, like in Malaysia, because Malaysia those Dato are those been given title of Datos and all that. I don't know much or many Dato. I know a lot of shamans, or people say Gong Tao Sen la, those doing witches, those doing magic, white magic, black magic, all that. I know a lot of people who are in the field, and some of them, especially I'm very lucky to know, is because those people are they are providing, especially individuals that are providing the materials for the practitioners. That means, like if you see in Harry Potter, where the people goes to a shop, where those magicians, where those people who practice magics, they go to a shop, and then you see an old man selling a lot of different things in the shop. So I know those people in real life who are supplying all those materials, different types of materials, to the people who are in the field practicing real practice, either in Taoism, in many other different traditions. That's why I have another group, another groups that I call it Master's Mystical Collection. It's actually my collection throughout the years. So unfortunately, this group is not open for everyone because some of the items in there, it's not proper, because some people, they just want to look-see, so they go into the page, then they screen cap and all that, and they share around. So I don't like, because it's my, most of it is my private collection. So those collections I spent for many years across, and it's about 6-figure and going up. So I keep on collecting a lot of different things. That's why I know many things about spiritual from many different traditions, because in the olden days, many people, not many people, are masters, mostly they don't talk to each other. That means if I'm a Taoist master, I don't talk to a person who's practicing Thai Vicha or Thai magic. They don't talk to each other. That means we only care about talking about how Taoism is good, how we can offset their magic, or whenever there's somebody gonna hex from different tradition, how we can offset. But we never had a chance and opportunity to sit down, to learn, to know what is actually that they are doing. So it's like they have, in terms of learning martial arts, we have those in Cantonese we call Momuchi. Like Bruce Lee, he likes, not only he learns about Wing Chun, he learns about boxing, he learns about Taekwondo, and he learns about all those different things. Why? Because he needs to understand deeply into different types of culture. When they when you try to deconstruct what has been sent to you, or the first step, there's a second step or third step, or you try to deconstruct something that has happened, how do you do it? Because you understand different cultures, different types of practice, what they do actually is behind. So then you really know what's going on. Instead of, you know, oh, this one is boxing. So when the box come, I use whatever that I've learned to try to, instead of I know where the strength is coming from, it's coming from the waist part, it's coming from the shoulder. So the moment I catch hold of the shoulder, that means I already weakened you already. I don't have to even figure out, try to block the other way. Okay, so that's basically my background. So I'm also involved and leading a Taoist temple here in Penang. So most of what I've explained, I'm going to explain or I've explained so far will be from a perspective of a Taoist practitioner. Of course, I know different types of angles, and if sometimes I can share, but some of the things, if I don't know or I'm not sure, then I wouldn't be speaking about it, because I find that it's not fair for me to talk about other traditions or things that if I don't know. Unlike many on the internet now, is what we call in Cantonese 識少少扮代表，我就唔中意扮代表嘅人。So I can only speak on what I know. Yesterday, hi everyone, hi Yamming, hi Wei, Duncan. So Duncan, finally your write-up is perfect. Thank you so much for your write-up. It's exactly, I cannot find even a better sample for asking people to write about. Perfect, thanks for your write-up. So yesterday when we talked about cleansing houses, a lot of you asked me about what about Palo Santo. So Palo Santo I didn't recognize, so I recognize the Chinese name, which is Seng Mok. So Seng Mok, I have no experience of using Palo Santo so far in terms of doing cleansing or see what the effect. The only one I know is sage, and also using mugworts, which is Ai Chao, because Ai Chao is readily available here. Palo Santo is in South America, right? If I'm not mistaken, from what I read on Google. But anyway, I've ordered the Palo Santo incense and also the wood. I will be testing out when it reach me. Because I like to test all these things, I will test and I will know, instead of just reading from descriptions, because nothing beats real life experiment. So I will know when I light it up when it reach me. So talking about this, I've got some things to show you guys. This one. So this is, I don't know whether you can see whether, so I have to look at the screen now. Okay, so this is just nice. So this is, I don't know what's the name, because this one is one of my my Siheng, when he was in Sabah, he met a lot of Orang Asli there, the indigenous people in Sabah. So this one, this root is that when it's burned, right, when the smoke, I mentioned it before, I think a few years back in the Ghostmaster Ghost Talk. When this one you burn, right, the smoke itself, the smell itself, actually, it will render some sort like an anesthetic. Anesthetic means ma zui yok. So when the spirit, they smell this, right, totally they have no, they're immobilized. Immobilized means that they cannot move. Like if I shoot you with a tranquilizer, so you cannot move, like in the movies, you know, you go somewhere, and then suddenly you met up with some indigenous people or some Orang Asli, then they shoot you with bulo sumpit, and then hit your neck or hit your back, then suddenly you are like fainted. So this one is actually, it works on spirit, it's the same. So what we do is that if the spirit refuses to leave the house or whatever, then we will start to smoke this. Once we smoke this, right, the spirit will render, they cannot run away already. So they cannot run, then only we will be able to do the next step of the process. That means either remove it from the space or catch it. So that's what we do. So this one, I don't know the name, but it's very useful in catching, because the Orang Asli, they use it while they are traveling in the jungle. Sometimes they have jinn, they have different types of spirits or beings. So whenever they feel that they are being followed or things like that, then they will just burn this one. Whenever they burn this one, then they will be able to get out of the place safely. Okay, so I've collected all this stuff many years, but I don't know what's the name. No name were given. Hi Penny, hi Sam Lu. So tonight we are going to talk about what are earth deities. Earth deities are spirits who are cultivating. It means 有修行嘅靈體. That means 有修行的靈 at your home area or your what we call your surrounding that's near in your particular area, and what we would label as Topekong, because Topekong usually only in our region here in Taiwan, in local here, but in Hong Kong they don't have. They still call it earth deities. So earth deities for us here is that Topekong is sort of, we look at this as a district, head of the district, whereas your earth deities is actually your Tiju. Tiju means that particular land that you are on, the owners or the people who inhabit that particular piece of land many years before you, or many years even before development, and they pass away. They are not bad spirits, they are cultivating spirits. So whenever they are cultivating spirits, they are trying to earn more merits, more worldly merits, more merits or whatever. So they are assigned in a way, or they are there anyway, so they will help look after. If let's say you have set up a earth deity altar beneath your own Taoist altar or your own Buddhist altar. So own Buddhist altar is that for the Buddhists, a lot of Taiwanese, they like to call it 地基主. So 地基主. So that means is the foundations, the owner or whatever of the house foundation. So even in places like Europe, in Russia, also they told me that they have those, they call it the house spirits. So they also call it house spirits, but they don't pray towards it like us. Like that means we use a lot of incense, all that in different days. They usually once a year they will place the food. If I'm not mistaken, usually it's near to end of the year. They'll put some food, cookies, cakes, and so on at the center of the house. So it's an olden culture. It has nothing to do with Christianity there. It's just that the culture there, they believe that there's earth spirit, house spirit. So for us, it's the same. We call it Tiju or Deiju. Therefore, my relationship with Tiju or with Deiju started many years ago when I started to help people to consecrate their altars, consecrate their statues, their Taoist statues. So I was of course, I'm under the guidance of my what we call my Sigong or my Sifu, which is our teachers, our deities, instructions. That means that when we go and consecrate. So the first time that I helped consecrate my client's place or my friend's place, then slowly I will start to notice. Actually, because before this, my understanding of earth deities and so on is not that great, because my house very normal in terms of our practice. It's not that my father or my mother or anybody in my ancestors or whomever are involved into temples and things like that. We just basically have Topekong and ancestor plate and all that. So I don't have any clear idea about Tiju. You know, some people will say, oh, Tiju, you have 5 types of dragons, the头龙神, the 五大龙神 and so on. So you need to do different things, and then some people will say it's children there, so you cannot put sweets, and then some people say cannot put. I don't have any of those historical baggage. So basically, I'm just following the instructions of my deities when I'm there. So slowly, during my cultivation, when I'm doing those cultivation, then I started to notice, in my mind's eye, that means in my meditative stabilization, I can see, how come not all Tiju, not all earth deities are old men with white beard one. So when I see, sometimes it's women, it's a woman. I can see sometimes it's a woman. Sometimes it's a halfling. Halfling means that they have half body is human, the other half body is animal. I've also experienced that, but we still consecrate because my boss say can. My boss say can, so I do. My boss say cannot, then I don't do. So it's not based on my own hoo-ha-ha I went through. So I've seen different types, but so far, to be honest, I haven't seen children on the Tiju. I've seen women, I've seen old person, I've seen two person, I've seen face like a normal dress code, but just like earlier, maybe the 70s one. I've seen halflings, that means different part animal, part human, but I haven't seen children. So far, I haven't seen children, to be honest, in my 15 or more years of consecrating. That's Tiju lah. So we talk about Tiju first, because before we move up towards Topekong. Okay, so for Tiju, spirits are actually everywhere, and then all houses will have a particular, we call it simple house spirits of Tiju. It's just that whether you set up an altar for it or you don't. If you don't set up an altar, then it remains dormant, because you don't have a relationship, a spiritual relationship with your house guardian, or we call it house guardian, a better term, or your Tiju or earth deity. You don't establish a relationship. So they are there, they just don't bother you. They cultivate their own, you do your own because you are the living, you have the right to the space. Okay, so they just don't bother or don't disturb you as a person. Then it's everywhere. So it's one of, usually you don't have to consecrate the earth deities. That means you don't have to hoi kong one. Usually you don't have to hoi kong because they are already there. They are there much earlier than you, me, or anybody else. It's just that nobody established a relationship. What are the things that can be offered? We'll talk after, because there's some question here. Shi Ting says, what about in apartment unit? Apartment unit also you can consecrate, you can put in a Tiju one, it's no problem. Okay, so you put in a Tiju, then later I will go into the different types. If you put a Tiju, then if it's apartment, the best is you get some master or temple to help you consecrate the Tiju Pai. So once the Tiju Pai is consecrated, or if the temple is even better, but now if you are in Malaysia now, it's a little bit difficult lah. It's just that let them come to the house to help you consecrate and do the Kai Guang and all that for your Tiju. Then it's much better, because the deities of the temple will become a witness that your place is properly assigned a Tiju. Either apartment, all is the same. Some people say, oh, apartment cannot want no Tiju one because you're high up mid of the air. Not true. It's just that you pay respect or you don't pay respect. You have a relationship or you don't have a relationship. That's all. They are already there. Okay, so let me drink something. So what you need to consecrate, usually types of things that you can offer. So a lot of people, when they have, nowadays I see more and more people have Tiju. Last time they don't have. Last time a lot of people, about 5 to 8 years ago, people usually opt for only having an altar. They don't want to have the Tiju Pai because they find it's very troublesome. One, if you are praying, let's say if you have altar, definitely I would suggest you have a Di Zu Pai. If you don't have altar, then if the house is also rented, you don't need to have any form. You don't need to consecrate anything because it's rented. Unless if you're planning to stay long, rent long, then okay. If you're like 1 or 2 years, you want to change your location again, then it's better not. Because the Di Zu cannot follow you to the next place that you will be residing. They are only specific to that particular space or that particular apartment building or your particular house in that area. They cannot shift to, for example, if you are in Cheras, then you want to move to maybe KLCC or area or something. They can't follow you and you cannot use back the same Di Zu Pai. Okay, so what you can do is that you check whether you pray consistently on your Di Zu. So first, before I go on, I have to know if I talk whole night, nobody actually here have any Di Zu Pai on, then it's problem. How many here of you have Di Zu Pai? If you have Di Zu Pai, you type 8, number 8. Can you type a number 8 while I try to look at the question? How many here, those of you who are listening, you have Di Zu Pai, you can, or you have Di Zu Wei, 有地主位有地主牌嘅, you can type 8. Yang Ming says, if a house got a male and female Di Zu and also the Di Zu what, will it be 2 gram? No lah. No lah. Spirits formless. After 5 episodes, you should know. Spirits are formless. So formless, big or small, they can go into not a problem. Okay, will not be. It's just a Lao Jua only. Siting, does that mean every unit in a building will have different deity? Yes. Everyone will have different deity. If it's a specific space or your altar, everyone will have a different. Because there are a lot of spirits who are cultivating. It's not 1 or 2. A lot of spirits are cultivating, and if it's assigned by the temple, then it will just assign another cultivating spirits into the place to help for your house only. So there's no problem. Yang Ming says, going to a new place, you need to change the Di Zu board and the deity statue. Yeah, you have to change everything. Everything has to go. If you're going to a new place, you have to change. Well, only you have to change a new. Whenever you go to the next place, you will need to change everything because this one, the old one, always belong to your current place. So you cannot share. Try to do well. The best is buy again. Christine say, is tuti considered of what? Considered Your menkou tuti also considered. It means that outside helpful spirits who are cultivating, you have a place that I am giving offering or offering of incense and so on only. So that means it's outside your house. If it's inside, then means it's assigned into your altar. Type 8 if your house have, Karina, type 8 if your house have a Tuti, or if your house have a Di Zu Wei. That means you have earth deity, Techu Gong. If you have Techu Gong, then you type 8. Okay, so for the Di Zu Wei later, I will talk about how to pray effectively. I'll share a story. Last time, this story are interrelated. So after you understand the story, then you will know what are the things that you need to do. Because all the stories comes with teachings. Wong says the plaque needs to be consecrated. If you don't want to consecrate, also is okay. That means your altar, but you must have an altar already. So your altar itself if it's consecrated, then if you put the Tiju or you put the earth deity, then you wouldn't have a problem. If your altar is also not consecrated one, that means you pakai taro only one, and then you put your earth deity, then you have a possible dangerous problem. It's because spirits could enter into your Tiju way, which you don't know, because you simply consecrate, you simply kai guang also ma. So why I say that you don't have to consecrate is also okay, because most of the people, when sometimes they install their top, they install Topek Kong, Guan Gong, the Guan Yin or whatever they install, they ask temple people to come. Then few years later or few months later, they decide they want to put in a Tiju. So then they will put in the Tiju on themselves. Some of them will put it on themselves. That is not a problem, because the altar, the top one is correct already. So the top one will supervise the one below. Make sure that the one below is not some wandering spirits come into it. But, and then the second type is there's people that have the altar, they will also consecrate the Tiju. So that one is not a problem. The problem is that the altar is also not consecrated properly. The Tiju also, they pakai tembak, so that means they just use whatever lah. They just buy the thing and put there and without. So that one is real problem, because both of it also not consecrated properly. Okay, we'll go through Topek Kong very fast. So Topek Kong history I don't have to talk about. It's on the YouTube. Topek Kong started also on Earth Deity. Some is called because is the name is the first one is called Fu Te. So Fu Te, there are many stories. Some start because he likes to give out rice whenever there's famine. Famine means that whenever there's war, people don't have things to eat, so they give out rice to help the people around them, that particular individual. So when he dies, because of his merit, it's quite a lot. So then he has been how we call, given an award of half deityhood by the king or the emperor at that time. So for those people, I always like to joke. For all those people that you like to set up food bank and you give out a lot of rice and a lot of things in difficult times. Next time when you pass away, maybe your merits are not big enough to become deity lah. But the least you can become also is a Topek Kong. So you'll be assigned you Topek Kong somewhere because of your great deed. So you will enjoy many, many years of people venerating for you. If you decide you don't want to go for rebirth. Okay? It's helping people because of the intensive or massive merits that they have. They've been assigned as the local. So if we talk about Topek Kong, what's the first thing that comes into mind? A lot of times people will then say, ayo, I want to ask my Topek Kong for numbers, for 4D. My Topek Kong always give me 4D. Or the Topek Kong, because the 4D book itself also has a Topek Kong, printed Topek Kong image on the 4D book. So some people also can say Topek Kong To. So it's a Topek Kong image. Yes, last time the king Yaming asked last time king can give such awards. The appointment come from heaven. No, they can give award because they have given the award sort of like a sage. So the king can give you an award that you are a holy person or you're a person of benevolence. So allow the villagers and the people in that area to pay respect to your statue or to your name or to your plaque that has your name. So, or even to open up a temple that has your name in it. Or else who will give the dream, or who will give the person the idea that, hey, this one from heaven, no, give to this person to become Topek Kong. It has to come from a living person. So it cannot be that person's son say, hey, I dreamt my father is a Topek Kong, so tomorrow onwards, all of you pray my father. Cannot. It has to come from a authoritative figure at that time, or the supreme, because the king is the highest last time, especially in China. So if the king bestows you an award saying that this person is benevolent, people can pray for him to ask for his help, or people can pay respect to him, and slowly that particular name or person, it becomes a smaller temple, small temple becomes a bigger temple, and because of wishes fulfilled and the effects, so everybody then started to believe in this deity. That's how it comes about. Okay. Malaysia, I don't want to talk about it tomorrow, but Malaysia, Yang says Malaysia now no chance. I don't want to talk about it. I wait tomorrow, then I have to go and yam cha. Very dangerous time to be yam cha. All of these are of course given by the emperor. Even the golden tiger of Qing Hu Ye is also, the title is given by the emperor. So because the emperor given that honorary, given the honor, the title, then people can start to pray onwards to it. In the olden days, everything have to go through the king. Okay, they don't have a parliament or things like that. It doesn't go to the politicians. Eunuch got a eunuch. So, Topekong, when people talk about Topekong, usually it's 4D, because the 4D itself has an image of Topekong. So it relates to wealth, relates to opportunity, relates to money, relates to indirect wealth. It means windfalls, money falling, getting money suddenly out somewhere. Either you go to betting, casinos, or whatever. It's all true. That's why Topekong is so popular among especially southern Chinese clans, Hokkiens and so on, or Hakkas and so on. They pray towards the Topekong because everybody wants to have good opportunity in life, especially financial improvement. So therefore, because of that, the local earth deity, so therefore we have Topekong. Topekong is also when a Tizu is being promoted, then their next step is towards becoming Topekong. So they have their own ranking system. So it doesn't mean that if you're Tizu forever. So if Tizu, they have done or collect enough merits, then they'll be promoted to Topekong. That's the hierarchy, how the hierarchy goes. But you don't ask me in detail, I'm not dead yet. And also I don't usually ask deities all these long questions. I just know it is right. So relationship, so what to offer? So Topekong, it has a special designation and also title. Is because why? Its job function is quite special. Because Topekong or Taipakong, its function is that it can goes down into the nether world. That's why you see that in a lot of graveyards, columbariums, those places where we have what we call all those columbariums and graveyards and tombs, usually they have a Topekong temple in front that you need to go and pray towards or pay respect before you step into the graveyard. And it's all the same, no matter whether it's those well done up places or those under clan house, under like your Fujian or Hokkien clan house, your Guangdong cemetery, all those different types of cemetery, also the same. They will have a Topekong house, statue or hut in front that you can pay respect to before you're going in. So Topekong's function is that it can go to the nether world to do whatever duty that's given to the Topekong by the deities. The Topekong also can go report upwards. That means report upwards to the deities on the things that are happening within the district. So in essence, they are like the district officer. So district officer can go down to the villages to see what is happening, or even to houses, and it can also goes up this to reporting to maybe whomever that's the area or the state or whatever government. So that's the function in Topekong. So for us, in terms of our practice in Taoism, the talisman that we use, sometimes we can use talisman of the to request the Topekong to go down the net levels to get a specific person upwards. Sometimes also we can ask the Topekong. Another function of the Topekong actually is also like our Yue Lao, the old man of the moon. That means if you have any relationship that's not good, or you want to mend certain relationship, especially husband and wife relationship, or that, we can also have talisman to request the Tai Pa Kong to do specific work in terms for that relationship to come back together. Okay, so there are many functions. Oldest, usually what are the most effective, or what are the most, what we call powerful, we use that word. So what are the most efficacious Topekong? You would need to find the oldest one in that particular area or in your state. So you just find the oldest Topekong temple, and that is the best place for you if you want to go and make requests. Requests for help in finance, requests for help in your businesses, requests for help even in your relationship, or requests for help when you have no resources or when you have lack of opportunities. Also, you can go and ask for the Topekong. So then the next question just now I just answered is that which Topekong temple? You always find the oldest one. Your safest bet is to find the oldest one. That one will be your best bet. Okay. It reminds me of a story. I talk about. Have you guys ever seen even temples that don't have funds to complete? It's also due to the Topekong of the temple don't have enough resources. I've seen personally, because in my days of following my master, my Feng Shui master around, last time a lot of temples in Sabah requires the services of my master to do and align the Feng Shui. Yes, temple also requires Feng Shui. If temple is done correctly, then the temple will be prosperous, easy to gather funds, and also it will help the person who's leading the temple, because the representation, the temple, if it has any Feng Shui problem, it will reflect on the person who's leading the temple. It can be the monk, it can be the person. So my master actually around the world, he helped set up a lot of different temples. So in his journey to Sabah, Sandakan area, if I remember correctly, because it's many years back already, because I have to take really long bus trip from I think Tawau, from not Sandakan, from Tawau, from Kota Kinabalu all the way to Tawau. So I remember one thing I learned from it is that never say never. I took the trip together with my master, sitting on the van, and then when I arrived in Tawau, I say, I'm never going to come back to Sabah ever again. I say, this is crazy. When I made that statement, right after, I think less than 2 years later, I was back in Sabah, and also the trip all the way to Tawau again, because of my client in Sabah. But anyway, coming back to this is that we were there in that particular area. So they want to build up a Buddhist temple. So a Buddhist temple, so that they have the plan, they have that piece of land for many years, for I think almost 8 years to 10 years, but they never get enough funding for the build up of the temple. So I was following because at that time I was following my master to learn things. So in very traditional way, 師父講嘢你又冇駁嘴, so we stand there, we just observe around, we cannot say anything or ask on the spot because the monk that asked my master to be there was talking to him about their layout and so on. So I was walking around and looking at things, and then because they have their temporary center, some sort of like temple on top of a two-story house. I think below is coffee shop, if I'm not mistaken. But they have the land and all that. They do the poster and all that for the temple. So I was walking around and then I go to the Topekong. The Topekong and the Tichu. I go to the Topekong first. Because at that time I was already helping consecrate Topekong and Tichu and all that. So I can sort of go into meditative civilization to talk and find out. So I just kepo chi because nothing to do, Masifu there talking to the monk. So I was just while waiting and then going into meditative stabilization, and then I talked to the Tichu, the Topekong. So I asked, how come your place not built up yet after so long? Then the answer that I got instantly in my mind is that the Topekong says, no money, how to build? They don't offer anything, man. They don't offer any paper one. Here, totally they don't offer anything. So, and then I came out from my meditative stabilization. That one is in between split second, a few minutes or so. So, I was curious, because that time still very young. So I was curious. Then I go around and go and ask one of the monk's helper in that area. I just asked, I said, 师兄, 你们有烧金纸的吗？你们这个大伯公? It means I asked him, brother, do you offer gold paper and all that to your Topekong? I asked one of the assistant. The assistant replied me, usually they don't. They say because they like to gather around and do dedications of mantras, dedications whenever they have any sort of fa hui. It means whenever they have any ceremonies together, they will do that dedication to the Topekong. So to them, they find that that's enough. They don't like to burn a lot of papers. So then I found out, you no burning paper, no money one. So no money to help to attract the funder or attract the right people that have the money for the temple. So that's where I learned, need to burn gold paper a lot. Because I don't usually go into conversation with whatever I'm consecrating. I don't do that. I'm not. I'm very scientific and realistic person. I don't go crazy about all these things. Everywhere see anything, I also want to talk to it. So that's the moral of the story. No burning paper, no money one. So okay, that one. Then I told one of my 师兄 who was together with me there, one of Hong Kong 师兄 who followed my master, because my master from Hong Kong, so they flew to Sabah, so I went to Sabah and meet them. So I was telling my 師兄, 佢哋唔燒嗰啲金紙冇錢嘅，起唔成。So then I think many years later also still is not up because lack of funder for that place. But actually Sabah is quite easy to get funder if you know the right people. Depending also when we say easy, it's also not easy. So that's my first experience. Then fast forward 3 or 4 years later, I went to my another of my friend's place, an apartment. So he had a Tichu board at his place. Then I went into meditative stabilization. Also, I think I spoke about this. I went in because my friends were telling me, I pray, I come in, I set up altar, all that. It seems like non-responsive at all. The deities, not consecrated by me because because he asked the different priests at that time to help him consecrate and all that. I just go kepo only. Because that time our temple is not set up yet. Even the one in the old place is not set up. So I just go there and kepo. I go into his house, his Tiju. So I went into meditative civilization. I asked the Tiju, hey, how come this guy say he's been praying all this, but how come no effect? The Tiju told me, I don't know. I'm newly assigned to this place. He said the old one already moved on. I don't know whether moved on or promoted. I don't know. He said, but the last one, they took all the amount already. They took all the amount. That's the only thing I read. Other than that, I don't have any other message already. My one is not exactly on point. So I asked my friend. I said, hey, your previous owner have very good opportunity. I think yes, yeah, I heard like strike few times, first price 4D and all that. So that's why they moved out from this house. So even the agent was saying, oh, this house very good one. The previous owner strike 4D and all that. Oh, then match with what I've got the information inside from the current Tiju lah. The current Tiju said it's already all taken by the previous one already. No budget already. This new install one, no budget. So I asked him to burn more gold paper. So then I said, hey, whether your place have any Dato Kong or not near your apartment. He said, got another one at the back. So then two of us, we went there to the Dato Kong. Then again, I went into meditative civilization, talked to the Dato Kong. The Dato Kong says, also, there's a lot of people come and ask 4D. So therefore, the budget also all finished. The people that burn, they earn, they got the 4D, they don't come back, so also budget habis. So no more money. So if you want request, you want to do things, you need to offer more gold paper, so for things to be, for him to have some budget to help friends, my left friend. So later he burned a lot of gold paper, burn. Then his place, suddenly his business and all that start to improve compared to previously, not yet burned. So these two stories, my moral of these two stories is that if you listen, then you know what's the main point. The main point is that if you don't offer enough gold paper and things like that, they have no, it's not that they don't want to help you, they don't have the resources to help you. Okay? Let me look at the question. Well, how come no the chat very silent one tonight, even though so many people hearing my story. You may say Topekong temple sometimes got season, people will change based on season, sometimes like Lat Cycle, the temple or the Topekong. No, I think my story explained that already. Budget finish ma. Budget finish, then no more already. So Kelvin Fu said Topekong got 3. I'm not sure because our temple we celebrate only one, which is on the 15th of the first lunar month. I'm not sure. Different Topekong will have different one depending on the temple. Some they follow official from China. That first one, maybe they have 3 I'm not sure. But different temple have different because different temple have different Topekong. It's a sign, different type of cultivating spirits that's there. Of course, but the cultivating spirits definitely is there to earn merits, to help people. So, but different types. Okay. This one, I will answer you, I won't. I think you have a lot of knots tied up in your mind, a lot of knots, not clear, you're mixing. Every day I tell you, you come to me, you say, Master Ham, I'm hungry. Every day I meet up in you morning, I say, never mind Wong, I wish you all the best. I wish you everything well. lunch, you come to me say, hey, cannot lah, master, from morning I come, now lunch I still no money, nothing to eat. Then I tell you, never mind, Wong, I wish you the best. I wish you well and happy. May all this bring kindness to you. Then you already 2 meals don't eat already, by dinner time 6 p.m. You come to me again, master, my stomach very hungry. Wong, I wish you well, I wish you happy. May you have all the resources. Then all your 4-letter words will come towards me already. So it's the same. Dedicate merit can or not? Same thing. Whether your dedication or merit is powerful enough or not. Whether your cultivation, your merits is enough to even cover your previous debts or not. If your merits are not enough to even cover your previous debts, what is left for you to dedicate to the Topekong? What is left for you to dedicate to whatever deities or whatever there is? So a lot of people, they don't understand is that once they got into the Buddhist part of it, the Buddhist part of cultivation, they use that as an excuse not to do the rest of the thing that they are supposed to do. Because they find that, oh, this is a shortcut out for many of the things that I don't have to do. Just like the first one that I have told you about, going to the place in Sabah, the temple people were always thinking like, we will always include the Topekong, include the earth deity in our ceremony of the merits. But merits itself is not enough, because maybe those group of people that want to form the temple, in the day one itself, their merits are already very much lacking. Therefore, they cannot find sponsors, they cannot find the right people to come and help support their project. So the more merits that the ceremony that they do is also not enough to even fulfill their own requirements for merits. So you have to come in too many ways. I'm not saying that burning gold paper can replace doing fa hui, doing ceremonies. I'm saying that you need to do all of it at the same time. You need to do all of it at the same time, because a lot of people find it as an excuse. So they find that they think that that's the biggest. So my friends who is saying that teacher also don't have much bargaining when I went to medicine. Also the same. He's a practicing Buddhist, Vajrayana also. He is also one what we call the Gila practice guy. Because he's doing his own business, he can do few practices in a day. He usually, if you will go up to his lamas and his rinpoche, they will ask him to chant few millions. Then he chant finish few millions, then he will go there. So also he has to burn gold paper. Okay. Hi Fujiwara Fei. So glad that you got the reply. Calvin say like USA, send thoughts and prayers. Yes, send thoughts and prayers and wish you well but then wish is a wish hopefully everything, hope for the best lor. So you tell the earth deities earth deities are different from our normal deities because they are closer to human beings. They are also cultivating, moving up. So you tell earth deities all the best to you. So when you want to request something, they also tell you all the best to you. So you all the best to him, he all the best. Then everyone will happy. Yeah. So sometimes I'm a little bit direct because if I don't direct then defeat the purpose of me sharing all this because my intention is that it will have an archive for all the future members of my temple and also an archive for my children, so that whenever they have all this, they can refer back to what I've talked about the topic. So it's easier as people progress. And I find that the best defense against bullshit is real information. So if you're having real information, you've been exposed to a lot of real information, practical information, you can smell bullshit a mile away, 10 miles away, even 100 miles away, you can smell the bullshit. So that's my intention, because too many people spreading bullshit. Okay, I think I will need to go into two parts. So there are a few more stories. I try to finish the third one is your Datuk Kong. So your Datuk Kong are what we call, also we label as Tong Fan Deiju. That means the earth deities who are different than you as a Chinese person. So Datuk Kong also, I have seen halflings, I have seen old ones, I have seen young ones, I have seen a group of them. So for Datuk also, tomorrow I'll talk about Datuk in a ways that my own story about when I want to do my ancestors' grave, how having obstacles after obstacles, finally with the help of the Datuk, it's able to be done in less than 3 days. The thing. So getting earth deities to help is always useful. That means you have to establish a relationship with them. Okay, Dato is some sort in between Topekong with earth deity before reaching Topekong. So Dato is in the middle. That means your kampong, ketua kampong, your which kampong. Okay. So if you have learned anything this evening, it's about gold paper. That's why some of you, if you read, maybe I post it in my own, I post it I think on my own Facebook post by Sadie Global. Is there a lot of people they don't know, they come out, then they try to give logic reasoning. You say, hey, why you pray gold paper? They come from maybe a Buddhist perspective. They say, all this paper, all is made for people to make money only lah, make money. So why burn all this gold paper, useless one? Then they try to come up with ideas about previous people, logically what you should do. If you burn the car, then later you have to burn the gas station. You burn the gas station, maybe you have to burn the refinery. You burn the refinery, then maybe you have to burn the earth. The planet Earth and all that. We are talking about gold paper. We're not talking about burning motorcycle, burning effigies of motorcycle, effigies of cars, effigies of houses and all that. We are talking strictly on gold paper. So a lot of people, they just like to drag that topic different ways to show that this is all for the environment. It's all for environment. And so on, because they are not in the field doing the work, solving the problem. Okay, so if you ask, we are some sort, or the work that I've done, we're some sort, like my friend and one of my sisyong always like to say, he said, he always says that they are doing the field work one. So whenever the supervisors from the field come and they say, hey, how come you do like this? Then he will reply him. He said, because you are engineer. You are engineer, because it's English, you know, so because you are engineer. He said, I know how to fix it because I'm near the engine. You are just engineer only. You're just nearby the engine only. You're an engineer, I'm near the engine, so therefore I need to fix the problem immediately. Okay, so a lot of people, they talk based on research, based on reading. They are not in the field solving the problem. So if you are in the field solving the problem, then you come and tell me whether the gold paper can solve the problem or not. Okay, so we are not you have to see whether this is the means or is the result. Whether what we are doing is the means or this is the result. A lot of people seeing the burning the gold paper as the result. We are seeing it as a tools to achieve a mean. Okay, many, if I want to talk gold paper, I have so many cases in the 15 years of doing all these spiritual things. People that have spiritual disturbance by one family very early in my life, when I start to do helping cases like this, the family itself got really bad, into a really bad shape. They cannot even afford an altar. They are in a rented apartment. They want to move. They don't have the means necessary to move, all because they offended a particular spirit. But that spirit is related. That means something that they did wrong, that they offended the spirit. So I started, when I handled the case, I told the person that you need to burn how much of gold paper and how many of the gold paper, among other things. So once they settle that in terms of their gold paper, they settle all that burning, immediately, out of the blue, one of the relatives, some sort of decide to help them out to move away from that particular bad feng shui house. And from that day onward, things starts to improve in a faster rate till today. So if you are someone that you tell me, hey, burning all this cannot one lah, you're that means you cheat yourself one lah, burning all this where can help? You go and help those people that have spirits, and then you tell the spirit, hey, burn this all bad for environment, I give you something else. Whether the spirit agree with you or not. If that spirit agree with you, then tomorrow I will be in front of your door. I will ask you to take me in as your disciple. If you cannot settle, then we continue to burn the gold paper. Because a lot of people, they don't have the idea. But again, I'm not saying that it's the means, it's just a means, it's not the result. So a lot of people got into mistaken is that I've seen now also, there's why a lot of criticism is that people start to burn in those warehouse size of papers, just solely burning papers, which I find is also not correct, because it's not the end of it. It's just a mean for you to reach a particular things that you want to solve, but it can never be an overall. That means burning paper will not solve all your problems spiritually. Certain spiritual problems, you really need to burn the paper. Okay? Okay? So when Wong Chige says that when we burn the gold paper outside house, how to ensure the gold go to the earth god instead of hungry ghosts. We will talk about it tomorrow, because we already surpassed the 1 hour. Okay. Yeah, so it's different. Okay, so we'll talk about this. One of the reasons why I have to, sorry if I go off tangent, need to vent a bit because I've seen it too long. No chances to vent. And then there are also I've seen also videos of monks, making jokes and all that. Why? Because you don't understand. Because people don't understand. They don't go and find out. They don't go and bother. Like when I started this live this evening, I talked to you about why I go and mix with different types of practitioners. Because I want to know what is the motivation for you to do this? What's the motivation for you to do this? So I want to know, I want to understand. So with understanding that, I know, oh, that's why they are doing this. That's why they are doing that. Instead of I just stand from my Taoist perspective or Vajrayana perspective, I look at them and say, this one all crap lah, you all praying, you statue also you don't have, what type of fa you want to use? Taoist also, paper also don't have, what type of fa you want to use? Or you don't have a statue one, you just mumble can. So we are standing then on a high ground trying to evaluate what other people are doing based on our standards. but they may be well achieving even a better shortcut method, achieving it faster and than what I'm doing. So, but because I'm standing on high ground, I can never understand. So it's same like in terms, I myself, I'm also a practicing Buddhist. Okay, I'm a practicing Buddhist. I'm not a really high monk and so on. But it's just that sometimes people who are in Buddhist community, they stand too high on their own ground. They start to criticize others based on their understanding or what's been told to them, but they never have any form of realization. That's why even in Vajrayana, when I want to understand Vajrayana, I have to go seek out Rinpoches, real Rinpoches, not those superstar Rinpoches, not those superstar Lamas that have a different set of standards in terms of materialistic things. You have to seek out true cultivators, what they are actually doing. So you learn to cultivate together with them. What are the things that they are doing to achieve their means? Then only we can give comments from a perspective of a Taoist looking at Vajrayana, from a Vajrayana looking at Taoist, from a Taoist perspective looking at Thai Vicha, from Thai Vicha perspective looking at, from a Taoist perspective looking at Bomo, looking at Indian shamans, what they are doing. So then only we can understand. If not, it's always like you stand on high ground. It's like people trying to bullshit you on the Lunar 7 month, never black, never wear any black clothes and so on. I've been wearing black clothes. Just now, afternoon go for jogging, also wearing black clothes. Whole body black. Just shocked. So what? Nothing happened. Okay. Wise go how to seek out true cultivators. You have to have the this one, 可遇不可求. You have to have affinities. You have to humble yourself down, listen. Whenever there's opportunities, you listen, you find out the people, you know what they are doing, slowly observe, and then just ask questions. And if those people who are genuine, they'll be able to answer you. Okay, Gerald was saying last night burn gold paper for T2 for the second prayer. Suddenly my hair all standing. Feel pening. Definitely not. So definitely something came by when I was burning the gold paper. Came back into the house straight away. He's up defense. So defense is a it's a type of oil for preventing spiritual attack. Okay, I immediately felt normal back. Gerald, you are burning the paper middle of the night, is it? You like to do the midnight oil shift one. So it could be that. Okay, so you guys, tomorrow we'll continue on, we'll finish off the earth deities. Tomorrow we'll talk about animal spirits, different types of animal spirits, or if you have offended animal spirits, you have used animal spirits, or even your own pet, your dog. After they pass away, do they come back? And if they do come back, how do you actually send them for another journey? Or why having your dog to attach to you after they pass away, or your cat attached to you after they pass away, is not a good thing. And what are the signs that you need to look out for that your pet is still around after it has passed away? Okay, so we'll talk about that tomorrow evening as we finish. So see you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening. See you guys tomorrow. Oh, where's my